I think I'm live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. I hope you had an amazing adventure, or at least enjoyed your wonderful adventure of humanity this week. Welcome to Friday night. Welcome to your weekend if you have a weekend. And I'm excited to see, as always, what messages will come through from Spirit this evening. But to start off, we will bring in wonderful, wonderful, beautiful love energy from above. We're going to use the singing bowl. We'll hit it 3 times. And each time, just imagine a beautiful waterfall of love energy, eternal, unconditional love energy from above flowing down, filling us up, flowing out into our minds and our thoughts, our hearts and our emotions, our physical body, into our joints and our blood streams and our organs, into our energetic system, our chakras, our auras, just filling up our entire being, flooding out into the world, allowing that unconditional love energy to do whatever it wants to do to help raise the vibration of the collective, of the planet, whatever it wants to do. And then as we're diving in, if you want to take some big deep breaths and just think of one thing that, at least one thing that you're grateful for. You can do plenty, you can do more if you want, but at least one. And just thank the creator for it. It immediately raises our love vibration. It puts us in an energy of receiving and also receiving messages from spirit. So there we go. So let us begin. I'm going to take a big deep breath and let's go. Beautiful, beautiful. Singing, singing, singing. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me in doing that. Let me put over here out of the way there. So welcome, welcome everybody. Excuse me. So exciting, exciting times. Hey everybody. Good to see everyone. So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a great group of Zen friends with huge hearts, great senses of humor, and 2 things, as we always say, that we could definitely use in this journey of humanity. How the free readings work, we do go down the chat, first come, first serve. Down the chat, there's no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there, or if you don't know what question to ask, or you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows all. We'll pull 1 to 2 cards for the free readings. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step outside of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those 2. And then once I'm done, I return back to the main chat. You can make a donation using the super chat, or in the description box of the video, I do have my Venmo, my CashApp, my PayPal, and my Square. I don't have set dollar amounts because I know everyone's finances vary. Um, really from day to day, but from person to person, country to country, planet to planet, all you aliens that are watching out there. And then also, I forget what I was going to say. I cracked myself up. Sorry. But whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. So that's basically what I was trying to say. Um, yeah, and then after that, my YouTube channel members, they get second priority over the donations. You'll see their names in green with their little badge. I have one right now. Nelia, hey Nelia, good to see you. Shout out to you. They get their free readings, get second priority, and then I move on to the other free readings. So um, that's how that works. Yeah, and if you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, there's a link down in the description box. I have 2 levels. Zen Cricket is $2.99. Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. In addition to being prioritized during these sessions, which if I don't get to all the free readings, I always make sure to, of course, complete the donations and then my YouTube channel members because it is part of their membership. But in addition to that, we also get together on Thursday nights for a 2-3 hour session. Sometimes it goes longer for unlimited tarot readings. We've got oracle readings, past life readings. We talk astrology, whatever we want to do. And that's both groups together. And then my Praying Mantis members, the higher group, they get Friday night and Saturday night after these sessions, and on Sunday afternoon after these sessions. We have a special live readings with them. Also, they get advanced access to all of the videos that I put out, which are we have new moon, full moon, when the sun changes signs, weekly Zen Bytes. We have Zen Gates, which are portal readings every month, quest videos, all of that they get advanced access to, in addition to like I have quarterly Equinox and Solstice readings. And so they get, as soon as I have those recorded and scheduled, they get them. And sometimes 2, 3, sometimes a month in advance when my Capricorn rising in my of me is that far ahead. Um, and one, for example, we have the Taurus new moon coming up on Sunday. So if you haven't checked out this video, be sure to take a look at that because I do talk about the new moon wishes and out of any new moon, well, there's some if Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it is ruled by love, but it is money and worth and possessions energy too. So these new moon wishes, if you have them around those things, they are even more amplified. So be sure to check out the video on how to do that. And of course, happy birthday to all you Taurus sun babies. We went into Taurus season, so that's the video that talks about from what was it, April 19th till around May 20th. It talks about it's a month forecast. It's a collective reading. We talk about Taurus energy, and then there's also a special bonus card for each individual zodiac sign that talks about what in your life could have some grounding or some self care. So those are just some of the things that I have on there. I wanted to let you know, guys, too, any of my YouTube channel members. For the next 3 weeks, starting next week, instead of on Thursdays, we are going to meet on Wednesday nights. Because for personal reasons, my host is having some surgery. So um, I'm going to be driving her on those days to surgeries and follow-up appointments and all that out of town. So I won't be back, on Thursday night. So it'll be on Wednesday. So just there you go. I think that's all the blah, blah, blah that I want to talk about now. The playlist links to everything are down in the description box. And also I offer personal readings. All that stuff is down in the description box too. A whole plethora of information. So be sure to check those. All right. So let me get my little, there it goes. My little list here. So we will put timestamps out here. So, hey, everybody. We will start. I have a couple donations, so we will start there, and then we will see where we go from there. I'm going to use this Change Tarot deck today, so we'll see what's going on here with these. So, Give these a shuffle and we will dive in. Nelia, you will be up first. And we started at 1010 for you. Look at that. We're already starting with numbers, repeating numbers. All right. So, Nelia, thank you so much for your dual donations here. And for your first one is the hot dog. I love it. Thank you for dinner. All right. So, you will attend a class in May with Harvey, the host. What will the experiences be like for you? What will Harvey and others think of you? And what Spirit says about Harvey? Okay. So let's take a look here, Nelia. Um, so let's start off with your last question first. I'm just being guided to that one. What Spirit says about Harvey? So, what do they want you to know about Harvey up front? So, they do want that one. They did want this one too. Very specific. And that's it. So, that's all they want you to know about Harvey. And then we're kind of going backwards. Interesting. So, what will Harvey think of you? And what will others in the class? Of course, when we're wondering about how other people will think of us, there's always, especially when I ask about a group of people, no one sees the world as it is. Everyone sees the world as they are. So you're going to get like, if there's 100 people, you're going to get 100 different opinions, right? There's 100 different versions of you existing in that class just from those people. So we'll get the overall consensus here with those three cards. And then what is Harvey based on their current energies? What is the perception of Harvey? Which, we don't see clearly. So we always keep that in mind, right? And we talk about all that time, right? And then what is going to be your experience based on your current energies? What's going to be your opinion of your experience, right? Let's take a look here. All right. And that is it. All right. Well, the bottom of the deck, we do have the Five of Pentacles. So there is this beautiful transformative energy that comes in with this, right? Because the Five of Pentacles starts off with energy of feeling like, these fears of being abandoned, not being enough, being left behind. And, but the five is a number of change. So it transforms because we realize it's not humans that really bring me what I need in each moment, it's Creator. And when we have Creator's love and Creator's attention and Creator's support, what else do we need, right? And it comes back to that trust, inward and upward, that I'm taken care of by someone so much bigger than life and everything else. But we learn as humans, we learn what abandonment feels like, from humans, because when a human goes, our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, then we go into fight or flight mode, right? And we do go into survival. We pull everything back. And that's when we abandon people because we go out of our minds, out of our sane, intelligent, loving, compassionate side. And our little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat are in charge. And those are why people experience abandonment from us and how we experience abandonment from others. So the underlying energy here is a great lesson going through this class of observing people and realizing these are just other humans that are on their journeys doing the best they can in every moment with the beliefs that they have, the energy that they have, and the environment that they're around. And so, that's the kind of change, not the change, but that's the kind of experiences that everyone has and has nothing to do with us, right? Everyone's living their dream. Everyone's pursuing, trying to find love and their way, and everyone thinks everyone's thinking about us, but no, everyone's thinking about their own path, right? So interesting that all came through one card, bottom of the deck. That's where we're starting. But let's start at the end and work our way backward. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know about Harvey? So these two cards came out together. Well, Ten of Pentacles. So there is this beautiful, abundant type of energy that comes in with that, and the Two of Pentacles. this balancing energy. So, whatever this class is about, I feel like they are able to provide some great tools about balance and abundance. And Ten of Pentacles is also a relationship card. So, I really feel that they have the ability to share some information. Sorry, I have a cough drop. um, they have the ability to share some information around those things underneath the surface. Yeah, High Priestess energy. So they're very intuitive, very connected to the spirit world. So I feel like they will be kind of bringing through these messages like a high priestess does. It's going to be channeling information for you. So I feel very solid with this, with all this energy. I feel like they are someone who knows what they're talking about, but they're very intuitive as well. So interesting. What will Harvey think of you as these top cards? So the magician, they're gonna see this spark energy that you have here with the magician. What else is here? The Six of Swords. Different ways of looking at things, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah. So there's a lot of movement of thought and belief and mindset in here. I feel like here because the magician card is is like the spiritual compatible partner of the high priestess because they're the number 1 and number 2 in the major arcana. I just feel like there is this connection that you have with them, not well, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's love and, at first sight and spark and all that. But I do feel here with the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords, there is movement of thought and belief between the two of you. And I feel like you learn a lot from them, but I feel like with you, either how you're answering questions or asking questions, they're like, huh. And I feel like you give them some good points of view where you even help them um, learn. Like, let's say you have a great example of like a concept or something that they're talking about and you're like, "Can I just make sure I make that I understand this?" So if like, let's say blah 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 blah, and he goes, "That's a perfect example. I'm going to steal that from you." That's the kind of thing I feel like they will pick up from you here. So I like that. Let's see how the rest of the class like if you're going to end up being the teacher's pet, they're going to end up hating you, all the other people, right? I'm just kidding. Let's take a look. Nope, 4 of Wands. So joy, celebration, uh, I feel like, some people really see you as this, funny person, this, someone who brings a lot of joy into the class and a little spark. You're making it fun with that. Oh, the strength card. Here's that Leo energy coming in. So there is this energy of, with both of these cards together, well, there's leadership, there's joy, there's fire that comes in here. So I like that. And the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles also sees you as someone who's very patient. And I don't know, I kind of have this feeling like you sit near someone who's irritating a lot of people in class with their questions, with their actions. And I feel like it's someone that really wants to be seen and you're very patient with them, and other people are like, "Oh my god, how can you be so patient?" Ugh, I would like it. I couldn't stand it, right? And so I just really feel like you're with all these 3 cards, overall, it feels like people in class really are, seeing you as a natural leader with that Leo energy, and I feel like whatever it is with what you're sharing, I feel like you, shine and uh like the confidence that comes through people are like, wow, you know what you're talking about. And I feel like the interactions you have with the teacher Harvey, as well, they're like yeah, exactly. And that they're just like, wow, you really get this stuff. I feel like people will approach you on breaks or before and after classes and go, hey, you seem to know this stuff. when blah 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 blah, is this what you're in? And you're like, oh well, look at it this way, and I feel like you kind of help people as well. That's so you, right? All right. So those are that, and then overall, what's your opinion of your experience? Yeah, the 5 of Cups. Oh, so you have the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups. There are these transformations of things. A it's definitely, I feel like you feel the class is worth it because with 2 fives so far, that is a big change, right? That's changing of emotions. It's release of something emotionally. It's release of some beliefs in lack. So whatever this is, I feel like you're building your belief in yourself because of the mirrors that people are reflecting back to you. If that makes sense. Like people are really going, wow, you know what you're talking about. And you're like, not that you need that validation, but it helps you believe in yourself when other people believe in you. If other people are doubting you, it's more difficult for us. So it feels like this is a very uplifting experience for you. We'll say it that way. Yep. Queen of Cups. So I do see here Queen of Cups, very intuitive, gets you very in touch with what is this? A psychology class? What kind of class is this? It just feels like you're really getting into your emotions and understanding yourself. And with the Harvey being the high priestess underneath, the Queen of Cups is like that. It's a very intuitive, very uh, empathic energy where you're really picking up on a lot of people's energies and understanding. But this is different. It's not like you're being overwhelmed by all these emotions. It's like you're understanding things. And I almost feel, not almost, I feel like you will get like your gifts are validated because you have these immediate impressions of people and you see it confirmed through what they say and everything. And you're like, oh my God, I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. And I love that. And then what else? King of Pentacles. Yeah. So one of the most abundant cards in the deck, right? So you definitely feel you get a lot out of the class. So I like all that for you. It seems like a good experience on a lot of different levels there. And we'll see what else we have here. Let me just put these cards back in the deck here. Sorry, they're kind of still semi-new. I just haven't used them a lot, so they're kind of sticking together. Come on. There we go. All right, and then we're going to be using the angel numbers for our fortune cookies today. So anyone that makes a donation gets a fortune cookie along with their reading here. So let's see, what else do they want you to know? They want this one right here. And you have 1010. That is the timestamp that you had to start off these readings, which is it's up to you. I love it. So it's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Well, here we're talking about this class, right? Eventually, you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. Trust the process. The energy is moderation, patience. So you had the patience card, flow, clarity, joy. You had the joy card, movement. You had big movement of mind energy, self realization, taking action, and unconditional love. Boom. There you go. Can't make that up. So that's what they have for the first one there. All right. So let's shuffle and we'll go into number 2. Hey, Divine Empathic Tarot. Shout out to another of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. Good evening, my fiend. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So for number 2, the little super cool emoji, thank you for your second donation. So anyone and anything coming your way and anything you need to know and anything else Spirit wants you to say. All right, let's take a look here. So just what's coming your way? What aren't you aware of? What kind of little surprise? Well, not a surprise because oh, okay, they did want that one. Um, What surprise? Well, they're like, "Well, we don't wanna tell you because then it won't be a surprise." That's funny. All right, what that you don't wanna be a surprise that she doesn't know? Do you wanna let her know? Anything, anyone? That's funny. Oh, that was so funny. Let's see what we got here in this one. Okay. I like that. All right. Well, so the card that came out, which was funny as I was starting, is the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is it's a lot of energy and stuff coming towards you. So they're like, there is a lot that is coming towards you. And it's time for this to come towards you. It's a lot of, like I said, it's a flood of energy. And but it's also messages from spirit, the Eight of Wands. So I feel like they're just about to bring a lot of different messages from a lot of different sources around you, and it just feels it's not like warning signs and all that kind of stuff. It is this energy of just a lot of information, a lot of guidance, a lot of exciting things, a lot of opportunities. So it just feels like with if something has been feeling stuck for a while, like you've been walking through mud, it's like swimming through water. They're showing like a triathlon, and you started off with the swimming, and the swimming, it was just like it was like so slow going because you're swimming in a current, right? But then you get out of there and you go onto the bike, right? And so you're just like zipping off, and it feels like something that's been taking so much work. Suddenly, it's much easier, and it's like you start off going downhill, on the 10 speed bikes or whatever they have, right? It's like it's like you're kind of able to just go very fast, very quickly, and that's this energy of things speeding up and coming towards you. But they're bringing you a lot of messages too in the physical world, like bumper stickers, songs on the radio, license plates, overhearing people's conversations, a rogue junk email that has a message in the, you how you can see the titles with the subject of the email, and you're like, what? It's like a message to us. It has nothing to do, the email is offering some weird or bizarre thing, but it's like the message that they use really validates. It's a lot of synchronicities. And then you have mental things happening where um, memories are just come out of nowhere, words and things just drop into your brain, ideas just drop in. You have emotional movement, energetic movement. So all this stuff that's happening, a lot coming towards you. You have the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So we had that for Mr. Harvey, the teacher there. But the Ten of Pentacles is about fullness of life. It is relationship. It just feels like every area of your life has this flood of energy coming into it in one way or another. Let's see what else they want you to know here. Yep. So the Hermit energy, it's important for you to, you know, connect with spirit with this Hermit card, right? Obviously, everything that I've been saying here, there's a lot of messages, a lot of information, but it's like if they're sending you a bunch of texts and emails, but if you never check your phone or your emails, you're going to miss out on all the stuff. So, this is like making sure that you are communicating with spirit, taking time. If it's just 15 minutes at the beginning of the day and 15 minutes at the end of the day, just to go, all right, so what's going to happen today? What do you want me to know today? And then at night, all right, what did I miss today? you know, zero in. Come on. So I like that energy. Let's see what these two cards are that are next to it. Got the Five of Swords and the King of Wands. Yeah. So the King of Wands is the uh, ruler, of course, over the wand suit. It's the highest energy we can have of our spiritual energy, which represents your higher self. So it's really about connecting with your higher self. And with that Five of Swords, that again, another five. You got two fives in your first reading. Here's one of the fives you didn't get. But this is the battle between the head and the heart, the conflict, the mental conflict that you're having about what do I need to do? What should I do next? What about this? I don't know. It's closing your eyes, open your heart, connect with spirit. They are going to be so in tune and with you and guiding you, and you've been raising your vibration, but it takes you stepping out of the chaos, stepping out of the noise, connect with spirit, and your higher self and your spiritual posse will guide you in these things that are coming towards you in all these different areas of your life. Yep, you have the Four of Cups. So you're about to go, and we had that. You had the Five of Cups in that previous one. The Four of Cups is like you reached a certain point of emotional stability in your life, and you're like, all right, I'm feeling good emotionally. But then, bam, we get bored, we get stagnant, and we want a new challenge to take us to a new level so we can have higher freedom of heart, higher connection of heart. And this is what's coming in. I like that you're being offered it from spirit, this access to your higher love and your chalice, your holy grail. That's you that they're this chalice right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. But that chalice is your self-love and it's being offered to you to an opportunity to step into a higher level of self-love, which of course is reflected in all of our relationships because all of our relationships are reflection of our self-love. We can't give something to someone else more than we have for ourselves, and we can't receive something from someone else more than we have for ourselves. So the more I raise my self-love, the more my human relationships of all kinds are impacted too. And you're the Empress, yeah. So some new beginnings coming in here. There we go. That's a little not as bright. But I like this creation, this creativity, this abundance, this birthing, this harvest energy. Sensuality is there too. So I definitely feel like love is going to be a part of your life that's going to have some spark and some life, um, bzz, sizzling through it. And I like that. But this is creativity and Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So again, with both of that Four of Cups and the Empress coming out together, there is this self-love focus through all this as well. Yeah, and then here we go. This was what was under your other the bottom of your other deck. So this class that's coming up is an important piece of this transformation. I just feel like you meet people, you experience things, your self-love ignites. Um, just every area of your life is about to get just filled with some wonderful energy that moves things forward. It's like a flood of manifestation energy is just something's clicking and the floodgates are opening up and there's just this, like I said, this giant flood that's coming through. So buckle up, Buttercup. Let's see what your fortune cookie says. Oh my goodness. All right. This one here. You got the 0404, yeah. So you got the slow down card. That's funny because we just got all this. There's gonna be like this flood, and it's like, but take it slow. Don't like, you're coming out of that water from that triathlon, right? And they get on the bike and they're like, don't waste all your energy right off the bat. Pace yourself. Pace yourself for this race because this is about balance. And it says, pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. So as you're going forward and there's the spark, we can get really excited. And as they say, fools rush in, right? Oh my God, yeah, let's go. It's like, all right, this looks great. Let's head toward it. But I'm not going to like rush. It's about taking step by step as you move forward. That 0404, the stability that comes forward. So I like that for you. All right. So those are what they have for you, Nelia Nelia. So thank you again for your donations, and we'll circle back around for your free reading. We do have a couple more donations. Let me just jot these down real quick. So when I put out the timestamps, be easy breezy. All right. So, Divine Empathic Tarot, you are up. Hello, hello. Let me grab your timestamp here. I think it was 3505. It was close to that. Put that here. There we go. So, thank you so much. Let's give this a love and a like since it lets me. Good evening. Good evening. What do you need to know for the rest of the month or for the next 30 days, right? All right. Let's take a look here. Give me a little shuffle, shuffle. And what do you need to know for the next 30 days? Okay. That and these are first, then that, and that. Dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant. That's an old Pink Panther joke. I forget what it is, but that was the punchline. Here comes the punchline before the joke. That's interesting. Wow. So at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Nine of Pentacles. So that is an abundance energy as well as a independence. It doesn't necessarily mean like being a hermit, but there is this indication of making sure you do take your alone time. And so there is that nudge of make sure you're taking care of yourself and putting in that self care here, especially over the next 30 days. So it's not like you have to start a diet or start a new exercise program or whatever, but it's just take care of you. Make sure you have your time, resting time, recovery time, time to yourself. Busy, busy, busy energy. But this is about make sure you take time for yourself on the bottom. There's this abundance coming in the next 30 days. So we like that, but it's also don't wear yourself out in the process. Right. And then you have two cards that look different, and then three cards as the underlying energy. We'll take a look at those. The first two cards together, Page of Pentacles and the Strength card. So you do have this new opportunity that's coming in here with the page here. I have to find a spot where they're not so bright. That light just is reflecting. It's a bright night. There we go, kind of. But this Leo energy is about you taking the lead and that you need to step forward with this new opportunity that comes up here in the 30 days if you want to have this abundance of this Nine of Pentacles. Because it is Leo energy, the king of the jungle, the stepping forward, and not being afraid to take the lead and to step forward. Have the courage, you have the strength, you have the ability. So don't second guess yourself when this new opportunity comes up, uh, just like a lion sneaking up on its prey. Make a leap and go for it. Don't, because it'll run away, right? It's like don't leap and halfway through choose not to leap. Go for it. Kind of energy coming in. Interesting. We'll see if they'll tell us more about what that is, or you might already know. But let's see what the next little group of two cards is. You've got the Emperor, wow, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah. So both of these cards have a similar energy to them, the combo, because the Emperor is Aries energy. It's fire energy like the Leo strength, but the King of Wands is like, not the King of Wands. It's like the King of Wands, the Emperor. They both have this energy of, you know, thank everyone for all of your opinions, all your advice. The throne room's full of blabbing people, self-appointed advisors, people telling the emperor how to rule the empire. And at some point, the emperor's like, everyone has different opinions. I can't please them all. So thank everybody. Put your opinions on that table on your way out of the throne room. I'm going to make some decisions. I'm going to put plans together and I'm going to take action. So it's again, this action energy coming in. And the Knight of Cups is the quest of the heart. And so whatever this opportunity that's coming up can be about love with the Knight of Cups, but can also be this energy of like following your heart, like it's a dream to work at do this kind of job, but it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to do it yet. Go for it. Do it. What are you waiting for to go live that dream? To die? It's time. It's time. What are we waiting for, right? Well, I just want more things in place. It's like having a baby. You're never going to have everything in perfect timing and everything for a child, right? That's it's what young parents say, well, we're going to wait because we want to prepare. You'll never be prepared. You might as well just do it now. I mean, that's the example they give. Go for it, right? Let's see with these other ones. Now, you had 2 cards next to each other, 2 cards next to each other. This one has 1, it's like this, right? So let's see what the top one is. The Fool card, it is a new adventure, letting go of those, expectations. It's the first card in the major arcana, which kind of represents like a child, like energy where they're like, the world is full of all these possibilities. There's nothing holding me back, and then parents, of course, you know, think of something more reasonable. They're the ones that burst our bubbles as children, which they do it because they're trying to protect us, um, out of fear, right? I want to be an astronaut. We'll think of something more reasonable. I have a backup plan. You can't not. How many people could become an astronaut out of millions of people who want to do it just for. You're like, this is though is like looking at life like, oh wow, there's all of these possibilities, all of this that I can head toward, right? And then underneath that, yeah, the 10 of wands, yeah. So there is this change of energy. The 10 of wands is, be aware of where you're investing your energy in this month of May. And it's a recalibration because, like, the world teaches us that everything is urgent, everything is important, right? It's like you have to do it all today. But the 10 of wands is like really refocusing and again taking an inventory. So you can come up with 3 buckets. The first bucket are, what are those things that are truly important to you, not all those expectations and everyone else. Are the things that are most important to you and urgent to you? Okay, that's bucket 1, right? And then bucket 2 is those things that are important to you, but not urgent. Those are the things you can put on your calendar, and it doesn't need to be done today, but you put it when it needs to be done or when to start to work on it because the deadlines and all that, right? And then the third bucket are the things that seem to be urgent but are not important to you. We just stick those in the third bucket because those things will take care of themselves, but because they're not important to you, it doesn't matter if they get done or not. So we get this prioritization, and if we do everything here, then we can start on something in the second bucket. And if we complete everything, then we can dive and stick our hand in the third bucket if we're bored and pick something we want to do, but it's not necessary, right? And so it changes from this energy of a burden of all the stuff I got to get done, and it brings clarity around your priorities, and then you can accomplish the things that are truly urgent and truly important to you, and then they go on to the other things that are important to you. So there is this great, energy with all of this, um, because this new adventure, then you have the energy to follow your dreams because you're investing energy in things that are truly important to you, not all the stuff that we just are putting a lot of energy into that I don't care if it gets done or not. Why? I'm doing them out of fear, not out of because they're important to me. It's I'm fearing what the repercussions will be, right? So I like this kind of energy. Let's see what else is below the surface here. Yeah, you got this death and this rebirth. So definitely this is a great energy with the death card. We already knew that with the full card, that there's this significant ending and significant beginning that you choose. All of this is the strength card, the emperor, and the 10 of wands. You are choosing a new path in this month. And the moon card, you got the death card, the moon card. These cycles, new moon and full moon energy in May, are going to be very important to you. So definitely pay attention to the energies that are around there. Take advantage of the release energy of the full moon and the new moon wishes and birthing of the new moon in May. They will definitely help you in this adventure. And the 10 of cups, yeah, it's following your joy. There very much is this opportunity just to go, you know what? Again, what am I waiting? Why am I waiting to live my dream? Why am I waiting to pursue what I want out of life? Am I waiting, giving everyone else the opportunity to live their lives first? No, 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 no. The biggest gift you can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing you. And it looks like for me that you're able to make these choices and make these changes to pursue something that makes your heart sing, not checks off a list in your mind. So I like this. Again, it's you opportunities that arise for you that you have to take. It's not, you know, coming whether you like it or not. It's like, here's a great opportunity. Here's a big leap off point to head off to live your dream. And if you don't take it, it'll circle back around eventually because what's meant for you never passes you by and keeps going. It'll just circle back around. It'll take a while to come back around, but it will. Let's see what your fortune cookie says. 11111. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. And it's called Wish Come True. You can't make it up. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It's not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. Exactly everything I said, right? Boom, boom. Drop the mic. All right. So that's what they have for you at Divine Empathic Tarot. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And let me just jot these down real quick here. All right. And then Rocky's World, you are up next. Let me grab your timestamp here. Let me grab the correct timestamp here. All right. So, Rocky's World. Boom, there we go. All right. So, thank you for your donation. I get that a love and a like here. Let me take a quick sip and reread your question here. So, you went to an art gallery today and people kept looking at you. You look familiar. What were they thinking about? What was on their mind when they saw you? Very interesting. So, did you see all the paintings? Was there a painting of you somewhere? You're just like, oh my god, I look just like that nude picture, right? I'm just kidding. You're like, no, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That's hilarious. All right. Wasn't that kind of art gallery? All right. So let's see here. What were they thinking about when they were looking at you? Of course, different people think different things, so we'll get the different couple different perspectives here, and then what was on their mind when they saw you. Okay, so we'll look at those, and then just anything else Spirit wants you to know about this experience here. Okay. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a lot about people. Here we go. It's a little not as bright. Standing looking at things. And so I feel like just the underlying energy, people were in very much a looking, observing kind of energy when you go to an art gallery, right? You're kind of in this mindset of looking around and absorbing things. And you sometimes forget that people are not works of art. Well, we are works of art, and people start looking around at us too. So I feel like that was it. And it's funny on the bottom of the deck, we got the Three of Pentacles coming in here too, which is all about someone creating artwork, right, in a gallery or a church, kind of cathedral energy. So that's interesting, not coming in there. But it's that people were in this energy of observing, 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 right? So then we have like three different categories of people that kept looking at you. One, the Two of Swords. So this is this battle between head and heart. Um, and this one, I feel like this was just one couple. And they were not having a good night. I don't know if you pick it up on their energy, but they were trying to look everywhere else except at themselves or at each other because they were not, uh, well, one person was not happy with the other person. And so they were both trying to look elsewhere. One didn't want to look at them because they were like, "Oh my god, I don't want to get that dirty look again." And the other one didn't was purposely ignoring them. And so they were looking everywhere else and they looked at you because it was like, you know, I'm going to look at you and not at them. So that one was kind of like an uh you were a, you know, say a safe space for someone because they were like looking at you like, help me. I don't want to look at them. So that's funny that that was one of them. The other one, Four of Wands, joy, 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 and celebration. This is this energy of, you know, they people were very happy to go. So it's like opposite of this other one too. They didn't want to be there, but they didn't want to be alone somewhere else. So it's like, well, might as well hang out here. These were people that were just happy to be there and they were looking at everything and they were just like very outgoing, very extroverted people that wanted, to look. And so they are, they were drawn to you because I feel like you were glowing too. And so it just invited them to, hey, hi, because you had this very welcoming energy. That's why this other person was like, "Oh, you're safe. Oh, a friendly face," and I feel like that's what these other people, they were very joyful and felt very invited by you too. And I feel like that was a couple of the people. The first one was just one couple. This one was a few different people that were just happy and excited, and they were like, very bubbly, and they felt that kind of energy from you. And then these two are a culmination of others here. Yeah. The death the death card. Well, the death and rebirth energy and the hanged man too. It's all about seeing things from a different perspective, endings and beginnings. Um, and I feel like, in addition to your energy, it feels here like you might, I don't know if you were dressed differently or there's something here that just kind of seemed like refreshing or new and different perspective and like, "Oh, that's different." Not like it's like someone's hanging upside down from a tree. We're gonna go, "Oh, that's curious, that's intriguing, that's different." There's all this different energy that was being, um, uh emanating from you that and all these different people had all these different perspectives. So I feel like that's important for you to know. It's not one reason, there was something, did I have something in my teeth? It's nothing like that. Let's see what these other cards are here that they wanted you to know here. Yeah, the Six of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, all this abundance, all this, joy, joy, joy energy that is here too. So, victory, movement, abundance, fullness. And I just feel like that energy that you were feeling was bubbling out of you. And I feel like this is what it just draws things. Higher vibration, it draws things. It of bright light draws moths. That's funny. But interesting. So let's see what else is underneath here. Yep, Eight of Pentacles. That's the blood, the sweat, the tears brings in the reward. Then 8 to the 9. The 9 of swords is the release of fears, letting go of fears. The 5 of cups, transformation of emotion. And the justice card, the balancing out of things, seeing things again from a different perspective. So it feels like underneath here, they are uh, like celebrating the work that you've done to put fears beside and face these fears and this transformation of emotion and balance, you know It's like there's still some stuff that bubbles underneath. We always do when everyone's looking at us. Our first thought is, "What's wrong with me?" It's like, "What are they looking at? What?" Like, is there something on my face? Is my hair out of place? Is my is my zipper undone? That's like a fear. Oh my god! It's like, why is everyone looking or why is everyone staring at me? But it was your energy, and it's a good lesson, and a good transformation because we realize I'm going to draw people and people are going to look at me, and that's okay, you know, because your energy is what is making its way out and showing people that. So hopefully that makes sense. And it's just like you said, for a bunch of different reasons. It wasn't for the same reason that they all were looking at you like, "What are you doing here? Wow, they let anyone in here." No, it's nothing like that. It was more, I mean, for all these different reasons. But it definitely had a lot to do with your welcoming energy, this bubbling energy that you had, this excitement energy that you had, and it was catchy. So I like that. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here. All right. Yeah, 1818. Willpower. Achievements, success, striving forward, prosperity, courage. Look, it says, wow, significant events are on the cards for you. You will progress in your endeavors and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put on your path. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You're destined for greatness. So that willpower, that power again, I just feel like people were picking up on that energy that you did feel like, "I just feel successful, I feel full." It felt like you were full of life a lot that was there. So, that is what they have there for you. Alright, so that's what they have, Rocky's World. So, many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Okay, just making sure I did put your timestamp out there. Alright, and then Miss K, you are up next. I believe so. Let me just check some timestamps here. Yep. Okay. So, Miss K, let's put your timestamp out here. And thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And do you see you getting a proposal for marriage in the future? All right. Let's take a look and see what we have going on here. And then we'll have love is the most powerful force in the universe. How fitting that they are the readings right after your question there, Miss K. So we got two for you. And then I do have via the PayPal, we have Maria P. Hello, Maria. And then via the Cash App, we do have Michelle. So you'll be up after that. All right. Thank you guys again for all your donations. I'm so grateful. All right, Miss K, let's zero in on your energy here. All right. So getting a proposal for marriage in the future based on current energies. So we do want that one. I do want that one too. What else? Oh, this one here. This one here. And these two here. Not those. Okay. All right. I like it. We'll put these two, and these two down here. All right. Well, bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Pentacles. Let me see if I can. Do you see the two people together there? 10 of Pentacles is one of the cards Spirit gives me that represent relationships. It's the abundance, it's the fullness of life. It's the children and the dog and the, ancestors and the wheelchair and there's the coin and the palace. It's the full abundance of life. So that would be a very solid yes on the bottom of the deck of the energy. Let's see what else they want us to know. Any more confirmations? Okay. So the lovers card, yeah. So that would be a continued affirmation of yes, there is love, and they wouldn't be giving us love cards if there wasn't marriage with it when we're asking about marriage. We have the Page of Wands. Ooh, yeah. So new passion, heightened passion. Let's see if they'll tell us more about who this is too, because the page is it is very much a spark. It's a passion. The page can be a number 11, which we'll see here, because sometimes that can mean someone you have known that's coming back. Um, and let's find out. We got these other ones here. You got the Queen of Cups. So very much this a lot of emotional love energy. Let's see under here, and the Sun card too. So this very big brightness coming in. So, Queen of Cups, of course, this huge divine feminine energy, very in tune, empathic energy, a strong emotional connection. And this Leo energy, the inner child, it feels as if that this is someone that you might have known as children or through your children. You might meet them, but it's child energy is definitely here because the Queen of Cups, I just feel a strong divine mother energy and then the child. And I just feel like there's some sort of connection through children, is how that they come about. So, if, or you knew them from childhood, which could be them coming back here. But I do feel like it's this connection through children. Um, or childhood is definitely there. Let's see what's underneath the surface here too. And we've got the Devil card, which is Capricorn, Saturn energy, and I do feel like the shadow, the Devil card that comes in here. It usually is us stripping away our expectations, these long held beliefs of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be. And I feel like it's important here to really step out of those, like, well, this is who they need to be and how they should be, and this is how we're supposed to meet, and this is how it's supposed to unfold, and this is who I'm supposed to be in this. And but it's like just take all that and just be open to the creator in a way, just to say, I know you're bringing me the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect timing too. But this Capricorn energy is that, with this Devil card, is letting go of control, letting go of it has to be a certain, because I feel like this person, when you meet them, is going to be like, wow, I never thought that I would fall for them, but I have fallen hard for them and they've fallen hard for me. And it's like kind of this out of this norm for you, which is cool. Let's see what else they'll tell us here. Yeah. So we have the Hermit, the Virgo energy too. So this earth energy of Capricorn and Virgo coming in here. And I like that energy. And even have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a very solid foundation. So this individual, I do feel a lot of, it could be a Capricorn, it could be a Virgo, it could be a Taurus. But I feel like a lot of earth energy, even if they're not one of those sun signs, very grounded individual, very solid individual. They know their worth, they know who they are, very confident, not arrogant, just confident. They know who they are. They don't worry, they don't get offended because they don't, worry about what people think because they know who they are. That kind of that can be sexy, right? But so I definitely feel like a proposal is coming here, Miss K. So I like it. I like it. So that's what they have there. Let's get you your fortune cookie here too. And let's see what else they have here for you. But definitely all those cards, it feels like there is a marriage proposal there coming your way for sure. Let's see what else. What else for Miss K? What else? Okay. And you've got 2323 endless cycles. Yay. It feels like it, right? So it says there's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again. That's that Capricorn, letting go of these old thoughts, right? Until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. So I like this, again, this changing of mindset that you're doing. With that is what changes things. It's like, well, no, 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 I need to meet someone this way. And it's like, you know, um, someone wanting to introduce you to someone, you're like, oh, no, 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 no. That's not how I want to meet someone. It's like, do it, right? You're like, you know what? I'm saying, "Creator, bring him how you wanna bring him. I trust you." Right? And you're like, "Alright, I'll meet them." And then you're just like, "What?" So, I love that. So, that is what they have for you, Miss K. So, many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Alright, let me just put these down here too. Alright. You're welcome, Miss K. In Rocky's world. You were in the subway. Oh, wow, okay. You're very welcome. In Divine Empathic Tarot. You love the fortune cookies? I do too. I know. I'm excited for you. Right? Yeah. We don't only live once, we die once, so better live now. Live the dream. So I love that. All right. All right. And then up next, let's grab the timestamp here. Let's see. So, love is the most powerful force in the universe. Thank you for your dual donations. Let's put your timestamp out here. All right. You too, my fiend. Have a great night. You crack me up. All right. So, love, let's give your first one a love and a like there since it lets me. So, thank you for your first donation. And you want to describe your spirit guides, how many you have, who they are, their roles, etc. All right. So, what we will zero in here, um, because we have a large host, if we could see how many spirit guides we have, we've got multitudes, we've got thousands because they create like a collective. We've got our guardian angel. We've got our four elemental spirit guides who control. Every human gets those. And then we have loved ones who's on the other side, ancestors from all the different lifetimes that we live. It's just there's such a multitude. But so we'll zero in here. We got animal guides. They just showed me animal guides. We got so many. We have such a support team. But we're like, okay, I want to know like the core individuals who um, are with you your entire this lifetime, because we have individual spirit guides who come in and out of our lives for different periods of our lives, or like the experts that come in to help us through different situations. They have, gifts, they have specialties, special agents that come in, and they give us those things, and they allow us to, that support. So some of them come in and out. And then there's spirit guides that will be over just with one of our lifetimes, like our elemental spirit guides. They are, and if you check out in the description box of my playlist down here, I have the monthly quest videos where we talk about meeting the four elemental spirit guides. So I talk a lot about that stuff. If you want to listen to those, they're all free. It's done in there. Um, and those can change from lifetime to lifetime because, again, they're specialized according to our astrology. What we come in with, the character that we play in each lifetime is different. So we have different elemental spirit guides usually. It's really interesting. Um, but within this lifetime, the ones that want to come forward are the ones that are solid outside of your elemental, outside of your guardian angel, outside of loved ones, outside of all those things. They're like, who they want to know are the core um, individuals, the decision makers. They're calling themselves. This is who you want to know, right? So they just wanted to clarify first all of that. They're like, you have so many, but the ones that have the big influence that interact with you the most outside of your elemental spirit guides, you have four here, which is really um, it makes sense too. I'm like, these are not your elementals though. These are four other individuals. They're like, we're northeast, southwest, southeast, and northwest. The elementals are like this, and like we're here in between them. So I like that energy. Bottom of the deck, you do have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is this balance between head and heart. And I like this energy. I feel like because this can be kind of like Christ consciousness energy, this King of Cups, but it's not like the soul of Jesus Christ. It's a consciousness, it's a collective of beings that are about compassion, that it's like Jesus would be the man Jesus that walked, their soul would be part of that collective. And I feel like they're wanting you to know that this collective of Christ consciousness, if you want to look at it that way, is very involved in this lifetime with you, on purpose, for a purpose. And underneath that, you have the Four of Pentacles, which has to do with home. Um, so maybe that means something for you. Let's look into these other four. So these are the four main ones, even though this collective is very involved in your life too. Um, all right. So I feel like we've kind of talked about all those other things. Um, but definitely check out your four elementals, because each of those, like, we have an air elemental who helps us with learning, helps us with our mind, our knowledge, seeing things from a different perspective. And then we have the water elemental, helps us with our emotions. We have you know, um, the earth elemental, which helps us with our physical body and our physical world. And then what am I missing? Fire. And then the fire element, they help us with our spiritual energy and our passion as well. So, those, it's like you can check out that quest video, the four, because we've done January, February, March, April. We did all four elementals, and next month we talk about our guardian angel. So I'm excited. All right, so let's see. Number one here, you have the tower. So one of these spirit guides, this is like they're showing themselves as Lord Ganesh, even though that's not who it is, but they're the remover of obstacles out of your life. And I like this energy. They're very a very sassy type of spirit guide, and it's no one you've known in this lifetime. This is, and in fact, this one is telling me that they're like, I'm with them in every lifetime because I'm their bouncer. I'm the one that they chose and said, yeah, before every lifetime, you would tell them, okay, now if this isn't out of my life by here, take that out. If this person isn't out of my life, remove them. If this thing is still here, zap it. And they're like, I'm the one that gets to do that. I'm the demolisher. I'm the remover. I'm the obstacle remover. Um, but there's not a ton that um, they have that done, because a lot of your life is about possibilities and a lot of stuff you want to do yourself. But this one is, I'm the one in charge, that I know the timeline and when they wanted things, and they told me, I have the piece of paper right here, I can remove this, right? Then you have the Two of Swords. So this individual is the one that helps you make decisions. This is the one that answers you when you're like, oh my gosh, can you just, and this is like a lot of mental energy that comes in here. So they work really closely with your air elemental, but It's like when you're trying to make a decision and you're torn and you're battling between things and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And when you reach out, they're the ones that are always putting little hints out there for you, um, per your agreement, but they don't do it in big ways unless you ask them. Because again, one of these, approaches you had when you were coming down here is, I don't want, I want to do it myself. I want to experience it myself. When I want help, I'll ask for it. And they're like, yes, we get it. And that's a lot of humans. It's not just you, but a lot of humans are, uh, you know, human characters that we want to play. It's like, I don't want someone holding my hand my entire life. I want to go experience things. We love the adventure, but this is the individual. This one, again, not someone you've known in this lifetime. This one is a new spirit guide for you in this lifetime. This is the first time that they've assisted you in in a human lifetime. The other one's been with you, like almost all of your human lifetimes, the destroyer. But this other one, this is their first time helping, and so when you ask them for it, it does feel very feminine, divine feminine energy. The other one's like divine masculine energy, but they don't have, of course, gender, and especially when they're not coming as a character, like a loved one. If you have a loved one that comes in, they'll come in, usually as that character, so you can relate to them, even though the actor behind the character. We're genderless. We don't have gender on the other sides. We're energy, right? We're energetic beings. There's no, you know, we just play different roles and different dimensions as different expressions. And sometimes, like on Earth, where there's, you know, different types of genders, then that's when we appear as those. But this one is not, but they help balance things with your heart. So to connect with them, close your eyes and open your heart, and then you can really connect with them. The third one, the lover's card. Dun, da, da, da. I like this. So this one is more related. It's funny. It says the Tower card. I feel like they're really close to your fire elemental. They work closely with them, the remover of things. This one worked really well with your air element. This one works with your heart element because they're all about your love life and your emotions. And this one again isn't someone that you've known in this lifetime. It's not a loved one who's gone to the other side. This is someone who's chosen to be a spirit guide from the very beginning for you, but this one you have had past lifetimes with. And every once in a while, you guys will do this where you'll be their spirit guide when they're having human experience, and vice versa. And then other times you guys are down together and have had several different lifetimes together. I'm really feeling here. So you've had a variety of different ones that have come in, um, but they do help you with that and with the water. So um, they help bring in the people. Okay, yeah. So they help bring in people for the mirrors. The agreements you've had for relationships, they help arrange it with the other people to bring those in. But they also visit you in dreams. So they mirror things both in your subconscious dreams, but also in bringing people in to help you process emotion and help you connect with people and to help you raise your self love. And so that's what they're focusing on with. So I like that. So who are we missing? So is this going to be a Pentacles energy? No. And so the fourth one is the Knight of Cups. This one is movement of emotion. They do help you also. This one works a lot with this other one as well, because the Knight of Cups is, of course, like the quest for self love. And so they work here, but they kind of more work in between the head and the heart in helping you see the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. They help bring up the triggers. They help bring the things to your face that you're like, I don't want to see this. And they're like, yes, you do. This is what you wanted me to do. Again, they only bring in those things that you're wanting to see. Where you're like, if I don't see this by this time, bring this to me. And they're like, yeah, this is the knight. This is the brave one who brings those emotional triggers forward for you. And I like that. But this is more, I mean, they definitely work with these other ones. Um, the lovers card one felt like divine feminine too, which makes sense with the water energy. But this Knight of Cups feels like definitely a more of the divine masculine kind of one. And it's interesting here. I feel as if like you knew this person in this lifetime, like it's a loved one who's gone to the other side because they're aiding a spirit guide, but I don't feel like they were there in the beginning. They kind of became an assistant for them. Um, but and it feels like a divine masculine. I don't know if you had and if this resonates, it just feels like a young male. It almost feels like a brother or like if I had a twin brother, you know. So it could be that it was someone that you knew when you were young, that you felt that kind of bond with. But I do feel, and I don't know if it was like when you were a child, I just feel very youthful energy when you interact with them. So it's either when you were young, you knew them, like if it was an uncle or a grandfather. I don't think it's your father. Um, but it feels like a brother, and that's the kind of energy that comes in here. A brother, maybe a brother from a different mother. I don't know, but those are the ones that are coming through that interact with you the most. But again, you have such a large host of beings that support you. So hopefully that helps bring in a little clarity around the different energies you pick up. Let's see what your angel number is. Let's see. See if they'll communicate with you. 5555. Have you been seeing a lot of fives lately? Here's the clarity coming in. You aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. So I love it. All of these, we're talking about removing obstacles, bringing these things forward for you, showing you these triggers. They're like, we're doing this for you. Life would be pretty dull without us. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you're willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. They'll see to it. That's what their job is, right? So I like that. All right. So that was your first one. Thank you again for that donation. And let's give that love and like for the second one here. And you want to know, can you raise your vibration enough to have physical contact with any ETs or inner earth beings? Some people have done it already. Sometimes they use technology to project 3D density around them. All right. All right. Let's take a look. So, can you raise your vibration enough to have physical? Let's take a look here. Okay. And what else? Okay. See what we have here. Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I know, right? The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. Patience. Patience is the message, right? We don't want to hear that. So, I mean, the underlying energy is eventually you could um, raise that. I think when we asked that before, there was like the message is like not yet because it's not allowed to do that because of the problems that happened when they would come down into that physical form. Is that what it was? Wow. Yeah, I always know it's spirit when they bring back messages because I do so many. I'm not that. All right. But let's take a look here. What else do they want you to know here? Yep. So the Four of Pentacles has to do with solid foundation in the physical world. And the Five of Cups has to do with a transformation of emotional energy and the vibration. And so I feel like very much here that it is a combination of both physical particles, but the Five of Cups is this energy. The emotional energy is so important, and it has to be pure emotional energy to be able to have it. Because if higher vibrational energies like joy, unconditional love, patience, peace, it's a fast vibrating energy. Low vibrational energy with any fear, with any anxiousness, with any jealousy, with any want, any need, energy is lower vibrational. And so it's like that's why it's so difficult for humans to connect and be able to do that, because we have to do such a selfless energy of I'm not doing this for my validation, for validation of anything. It's like getting to the space of I'm doing this for the sake of unconditional love, for the sake of collective, for the sake of the universe. I'm just kind of sifting up into that energy of like what it needs to be. Now, if an alien appears suddenly, I'm going to poop my pants. So, but it's that kind of thing that happens. If it's about anything that has lower vibrational mixed in, it's not pure enough for it to happen. So, it's a very change of our energy. It can't be connected to lower vibration at all. So, hopefully that makes sense. Let's see what else they wanted you to know here. Yep, Queen of Cups. So I see it's all about this empathic abilities and our it's the emotional connection is such a huge part of the energy. The Three of Wands. Yeah, the Three of Wands is a change of energy. Okay, all three of these cards are together. And the Queen of Wands. Okay, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, Three of Wands. And I love this because it's a combination of spiritual energy, physical energy, and emotional energy, and it has to be balanced in it, and we have to change it in a different way. It's a different mindset, it's a different awareness. It's like we almost have to step out of humanity in order to connect. It's like realizing that being part of the one, being part of collective energy is what allows us to raise our vibration to connect with them. Where and that's this energy. Let's see what's on the bottom here. And the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this independent, um, and that's the physical piece of it, because I said there's physical there, and that was the one underneath the surface. Because it is this to be able to change our physical vibration, we have to like understand that I'm not this, that all of these it's like being able to comprehend in our physical brain that these are all like, um, this isn't really solid. These are just vibrating differently. It's all vibration. And I feel like it's really being able to, and that's why it's so difficult for us, right? This thing here is our challenge because we have so much. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Swords, which is all those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets that we have. That's what makes it difficult, because we have these strong beliefs about what should be and what must be that holds us back. But I do feel like I said, with patience and growth and you know becoming aware and connecting with that energy, we can connect with them physically, but there's also the energy of going, well, why is that so important? Um, kind of a question coming in. Understanding why is it important that we meet with them physically when we can connect with them and we can channel them? Why do we need to see them physically? Is a question that that they're bringing in, just like something to ponder. Why is it important? Why would I want to see them in physical form? What does it change? Interesting. Let's see. In your fortune cookie here, so you had 555 and now you have 222. What does this say? Feminine forces, relationships, balance, patience. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit and you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people around. Don't judge. Listen. Interesting. So that's what they have for you, love. Thank you again for your donations and your interesting questions. I love answering those because I learned so much in channeling their messages. So keep it up. I love that. Now we're gonna see if we're gonna try to contact aliens, right? All right. So that is what they have. All right. Let's see how we're doing on time here. All right. So Maria P, you are up next. Let's grab your. Whoops. Totally hit the wrong button there. Oh, there we go. That's why I didn't hit the cap button. All right, so Maria, here is your timestamp for your donation. Let's pull that up here. So thank you for that via Z PayPal. Take a quick sip here. All right. So Maria, so what are Walter's feelings and thoughts towards you today? All right. Feelings and thoughts. Then he went to help a friend in Michigan on his house. What's going on over there? Right. And he came to see you before he went to his friend's house in Michigan. Oh, Buddha, Buddha, boo. What's coming for you and Walter? That's nice. I love that. All right. So let's take a look here. What are his thoughts and his feelings for you here? All right. Yeah. So the feelings here, we've got this Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Here's the patience towards the dream come true. You know, they stand there and they look at with the fruit that's growing on the bush there, right? So they're seeing the fruit, they're seeing and allowing these things to grow. And that's a positive thing. It's like they're not in a rush to, get to anywhere. They're enjoying it and they're standing there enjoying and seeing the fruit of your guys' relationship. And that's an emotional. They're feeling the Nine of Cups is like an emotional feeling of full and overflowing, right? So I like that. And then we do have here the thinking. We have the Two of Wands. That's some making plans kind of energy. And the Knight of Swords is a movement too. So, and we've talked about how they don't talk about all the thinking that they do, but they do think about the future. They do think about the next steps and where's this headed, what what what's going to be coming next, because they are very much a planner with that Two of Wands, and you probably know that already about them, but so they are in their mind going, okay, this is where we'll go to next, or this is what I could picture us going to next. Because they're not, gonna, this is what we're gonna do, woman. But this is what he's thinking in here. And it's positive stuff. So he's thinking about, I can see where this will go next. And it's positive. So hopefully that helps. They're keeping it vague because we know what happens when you get specifics. You want, right? They're like, no, no, no. Just know that they think about things. That's funny. All right. And then his friend in Michigan, what's going on over there? Let's see what's going on. Yeah. So we've got the Fool card here, which is a new adventure. You know, it does feel freeing here. They feel like they're just away from, and this isn't um reflective on you, but you know how they feel when they're with you and how they feel away from everything for that moment. Over there, they feel like they're on vacation because there's this freedom and this openness, and I I can kind of let my guard down because I know no one is around, you know, on the dark side. So I like that. Yeah, and the 10 of Wands, it's a lot of work. So it is not a vacation, it's a working vacation. So they're definitely, but it feels that way. It feels like they feel very relieved. They feel abundance with that 10 of Wands, but it's also very hard work. And they're doing a lot of stuff, doing a lot of, um, activity. It's go, 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 go kind of energy. And the Knight of Wands too, yeah. So there's a lot of fast movement, a lot of quick things happening. It's it's not just sitting around. It's like this and then 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 this, and there's just so much going on. It's very, 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 very busy. So if you don't hear from them a ton, just know because it's nonstop kind of energy. And then what's coming for you and Walter? Well, you got the Judgment card. You got this calling to a new level. This is being raised from the dead, being going to a different level um, on here. With that, let's see what this is about here. Yeah, Eight of Swords. So letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bounded and trapped and restricted. It's a positive card, the eights, because it's you're aware of these thoughts and things are flowing. So mindsets, fears are being relieved, fears are being left behind, um, both by choice and by processing things. And so it's an important part of your relationship is to realize it's like our life purpose isn't really to be with someone. Um, that's not like the goal is, oh, I was born to be with this person. I was born to have this adventure as a human, and I'm a spiritual being that's so much bigger than everything, right? Um, but we learn through experiences with other humans. There are mirrors, and then there are individuals that were like, yeah, let's hang out when we're down there. Let's learn this together. And I feel like there is this kind of clarity that comes in where, again, it's like someone isn't our life, they're a part of our lives. And it's important for that because that's what frees us from the fears of I'm going to be nothing without them. No, I'm going to be fine with or without whoever, but I would like to have this person in my life experiencing things. But if something happens, if they drop dead or they leave and want to go live somewhere else or be with someone else or do something else, you're going to be fine. And I feel like this it's not like that's going to happen. I'm not predicting that. This is just the changing of mindset allows it to be a free flowing, enjoyable experience instead of a fear where we keep going into, I wonder what's going on. Hope they're not leaving. I hope they're happy. I hope, we can enjoy it instead of worried about each step of the way. Right. So I like this kind of freedom that's coming here for you. Yeah. The power of choice with the chariot that you get to choose. And again, this is all about what is coming for you and Walter is you're learning about your power of choice. You're learning about your fears, your triggers. They're also learning the same thing through the relationship. But this is you get to choose the story that you put to everything, the emotion you feel through everything, the energy you put forward and draw things to you, and your physical actions. You get to choose that. You can't choose anything for anyone else, not him, not ex-wife, not your children, not everything. You have no control out there. You get to come back to realizing what you're in control of, right? And yeah, in the Two of Cups. So it's an important relationship. So that definitely is in the cards here. It's you guys chose to be in each other's lives here. So it is an important relationship for you guys to learn from one another, to mirror, and But that power of choice, there's a lot of possibilities of where you guys will choose to take it, but it has to do with your growth. Your world is created from your perceptions and your choices, right? I like it. All right. And let's see here what your fortune cookie is. Let's see how we doing on time. All right. All right. So what else do they want you to know? Or you got 1221, taking initiative. I like that energy. Work with what you have, and it will get you places. Count your blessings and acknowledge your dear ones. We always talk about gratitude, right? You will find inspiration and figure out a way forward. You might also be getting some good news soon. So I like that. Again, it's your initiative. You're not waiting to live your life. You're living your life, live your passions. Not, well, I need to wait and see what they want. No, I'm going to live my life. I get to decide. They're a part of my life. They're not my life. So that's an important differentiation there. All right. So that is what they have for you, Maria. Thank you again for your donation. We'll circle back for your free reading, possibly tonight. All right. Oh, hey, Tanya. Shout out to my YouTube channel members. Hello, hello. All right. So, Michelle Smith, let's get your timestamp here. Thank you for your donation via the CashApp. I don't know why I go German every time I say that, but there it is. And let's see here. Do we have? All right. So, Michelle, let's find. Let's see. That was 61. Okay, let me just see here. If you are here, if you haven't put your question, pop it in there. Let me just take a look here. Scroll down the chat here. Try not to go too fast. All right. So, Michelle, it just says for off, OFF. Not sure what that is. Let me just try one more time. I'm so sorry. Let me just make sure I'm not skipping it somewhere. You might have put it in the chat. If you had a specific question. All right. Well, I'm not seeing one there. So, of course, Spirit knows what you wanted to know. So we'll pull cards. And if it doesn't answer your question, you can always let me know. We'll get you squared away. All right. So for today, what do you want Michelle to know? Okay. We have those. We have those. We have those. We have those. We have that. With those. Okay. All right. It's funny. It's like two cards, two cards, two cards, two cards, one card, and then two cards again. And it's, I'm getting a hopping, like hop, hop, hop. It's like a bunny rabbit. Hop, 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 hop. And then it stops and then it hops again. So we'll see what this is all about. But the bottom of the deck, we do have the Wheel of Fortune coming in here, which is a great card. This is an energy of trust that what is unfolding is for you. And even your human is or will be seeing, going, oh, I see how this is for me. Underneath that, you do have the Two of Cups, which is all about love and relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. And then the Nine of Cups, which is the dream come true energy, too. So it's like trusting that things will unfold in perfect timing, that's for you. It's never late. It's never, um, you know, delayed as punishment or anything like that. Whatever is due for you is going to come in the perfect timing for you. Um, and sometimes we have a range of when things are coming in for us, and we're like, well, this would be when it's for me. This, if it takes this long to get here, that's not for me. That's torture. But it's like, well, that it's coming in for us, they consider this is for you. Whether it comes in here or anything in between, it is for you. And that's the way spirit looks at it. They, even though it doesn't match up to like our human expectations and our human timeline, they're like, well, we see the big picture and it is for you. So this is the wheels of fate that are turning here. Interesting. So let's see what the first two cards are here. You got the King of Cups, the Seven of Cups. So this timing of things going slow is allowing you to really focus in on your emotions here and balance your emotions. The King of Cups is the perfect compatibility partner energy that comes in here. And the Seven of Cups is like a lot of different emotions, a lot of different things that we focus on emotionally, but I feel like there's this balancing energy that's coming in. I feel like you're kind of doing an emotional inventory where you're, because the Eight of Cups after this is releasing people, releasing emotions that don't serve to prepare for and build up the emotional bank. So it's like this delay that I kind of feel like maybe we feel like here's the steps. I'm hopping down the bunny trail. And, as I'm hopping down the bunny trail, one of the things that I'm doing is transforming emotion, cleansing myself emotionally, but I'm also cleansing my relationships. I'm letting relationships go, the ones that are unhealthy, the ones that I'm continually over giving to. I'm the one keeping these relationships going and alive, and I'm the one that's 90% of the energy of it. And it's like I'm either going to take that back to 50% or take it all the way back. But you're building up all this emotional energy in your emotional bank to prepare for this relationship with this special person. So let's see what the next hop is. You got the Two of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so there is a lot of action that you're taking with this Queen of Wands energy because the Two of Swords is that battle between the head and the heart. And I feel like that struggle between what your brain has been telling you supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, and your heart, which is saying, but this is what I want. You really have been really investing a lot of energy with this Queen of Wands in it. And you've been making, again, this is an emotional step. Here is this um, releasing of mindset kind of energy going into this second hop, right? So it's emotions, and now I'm releasing thoughts and beliefs that don't serve me anymore, and I'm allowing my heart to lead me more instead of my dictatorial, mind energy. So I like that. And then the third hop, you have the Queen of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I like this because the Queen of Swords is the divine counterpart to the King of Cups because the King of Cups rules over cups but has swords in the background. The Queen of Swords rules over swords but has cups in the background. So even though on the surface they don't look like it's someone compatible, they do balance each other out here. So there's a lot of this balance energy that's present of balancing your head and your heart. Two of Swords does that too. So each of these steps, you're coming to this wonderful balance, but I feel like you're really figuring out as you're hopping down this bunny trail of what of my beliefs around love have been influenced by all these opinions of the past, and what is it that I truly want. I just feel each of these steps is emotional cleansing and building up emotional energy, mental cleansing, building up mental energy. So you'll have that for a relationship. And then here's this balancing energy that really is with that balancing that you're having of within your mind, within your heart, and between your head and your heart. You really are understanding about who is it that would be a compatible partner for me. It's like if you look back a year ago, who you thought would be like the one, you're like, oh, hell no. Now you're like looking at, this other energy of um, No, it would be this type of person. This is who my heart wants, not who I think I'm supposed to want. And I like this hoppity hoppity down the bunny trail here. Is that a it's a butterfly. I thought it was a speck on there. There's a little butterfly up above her head. There's that transformational energy there. I was like, what is that? And then you go to the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Cups. Okay, so like I said, and here is you. This is basically summing up what I just said. Here's the Eight of Cups is walking away from those emotions that don't serve. The Seven of Swords is becoming aware of my own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that were betraying me. And this overcoming, again, letting go of emotions of betrayal that don't serve you anymore. So I don't know if there was cheating or some sort of betrayal energy, but this is like you're releasing it, realizing this wasn't about me. This was them showing me that they were in pain and that they were unhappy on the inside. I couldn't give that to them because they were unhappy. I can't make them happy unless they're happy. If someone's unhappy and given the world, they can still choose to be unhappy. It's not about us. They will continue going from person to person to person to person till they're happy on the inside because they're blaming everyone else. But it's obviously there's you know when you experience that over and over, there's a common denominator in it all, and oh, it's me. It's like eventually they'll maybe see that, but that doesn't matter. They're out of your life. But you're realizing that that interaction you had with them was to show you about you. They mirrored that for you, and then um, they were learning what they were learning. That's none of our business. This is like you realizing, oh, like for me, I realized that, that energy of being cheated on was for me to realize that I was cheating on myself with others because I was looking for my self worth um, out there. So I was cheating on my higher self, my self worth, my self love with these individuals. I'm like, oh wow, and that's that fear of cheating was expressed out there. So I just feel like there's these hop, 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 and all this clarity, all these steps that you've been making are bringing you here. And then you had this, yeah, and then you had this, boom, this stop here with this Eight of Swords, which follows right after the Seven of Swords, which is what we were talking about. You have become aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that in the past have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and held back. And you're realizing all this stuff was me, was my beliefs, my choices of thoughts, my choices of emotions, my choices of energy, my choices of physical actions. I just feel like this has been such an empowering thing that you're realizing now as you're going back here, this makes sense with the Wheel of Fortune. Your humans going, I see how this was all for me. No matter how much it sucked at the time, I see how this is for me because I have been set free, which takes you into here. Yep. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You've been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, which brings you into the abundance, the Queen of Pentacles, the Mother Nature, the Mother Nurture. All this nurturing that you've been putting for yourself, here comes the fruit of it. And now you're going to see that even with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. This is what you get to have drawn towards you is because you've been working on your self-love, you are drawing in this energy um, of this um, we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So now you have this energy of being able to find someone that reflects that higher vibration love, because now you'll draw that towards you, and it will feel like a dream come true with the Nine of Cups. So I love this journey that you've been on, and how this is all unfolding and opening up for you. So hopefully that helps with what you were looking for today from Spirit. And let's pull your fortune cookie here. All right, there it is. And you've got 2112. It's up to you. You're like, I knew that. And then even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are moving in the right direction. And if you see this number 2112, it's a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams will come true, just like that 9 of cups. So I love that. What a great message. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. All right, let's see. We're at 7:50, so I'm going to be on for about 5 more minutes or so. And then I'm going to go spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members. I will be back to complete everything out here. So Brenda, I'm going to be able to get to yours here, and I'm so sorry. And Kita Moore, you'll be first when I return, and we will dive into that there. So my apologies that I'm not going to get to you in this exact session here in a minute, but I will return and I will complete everything out as well. So Brenda, thank you so much for your donation and your little emoji with the heart eyes. So a general in love life for tonight and tomorrow. Let's see what we have going on here. Hey, Kitty Cat Black and Chloe. Hey, Chloe. You're moving. You're in the process there. Yay! All right. So let's take a look here, Brenda. General for love for tonight. And then okay, these for tomorrow. All right. Let's see what we have coming in here. So at the bottom of the deck, you do have the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is an energy of it's a conflicting energy. It's a mental conflicting energy like a battle, sometimes between the head and the heart. But you also have the High Priestess underneath that, which the High Priestess, I know, she steps away out of her High Priestess. The chaos of the outside world and goes into her High Priestess temple to spend time with herself, right? Even have the full card on the bottom, which is, the 0 is starting at a place of 0. So I do feel like if there's any communication, it just doesn't go too well. If you're like chatting with anyone or any love interests that are making themselves known today and tomorrow, I just kind of feel like you're just like, it just feels blah. It's like this full card is like, I want something different. I want someone new. I want something that feels fresh and not the same old, same old. Let's see what for tonight, what this energy is. Yeah, I got the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So that Queen of Cups energy is just like the High Priestess in that she connects inward and upward. And this dream come true, the Nine of Cups, it's just like you know, it feels like very Neptune-y, Pisces, the dreamy world of daydreaming about what love could be and what it should be in our opinion, and I feel like there's a lot of reflection here because I just feel like whatever you're experiencing just falls short of that, and you're just like, "Well, this is the what I want, but this is what I'm getting," right? And I almost feel like there's, like, watching love stories, movies about love, and it's like, yeah, like that, but I'm getting, like, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a horror movie. Let's see about tomorrow here. Yeah, tomorrow doesn't seem, much different. With the 4 of Pentacles, that's like a stay-at-home card, and the King of Swords, here's that Aquarius energy of ours. But the King of Swords, they're not only rule over swords, the mind, but they get a second portion. So a lot of thinking, a lot of I don't know if there's a lot of administration work. It just feels like a lot of mental work tomorrow that just kind of keeps you at home or in a place of in the walls, which means like office or home where I don't feel like you're doing a whole lot outside of thinking. So tonight is very emotional. High Priestess, the Queen of Cups, all this emotional energy. And tomorrow feels like it's a lot in the mind and a lot of tasks, getting things done, a lot of go, 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 go kind of things. But I'm not picking up a whole lot of love, interaction energy here. Which, like I said, this ideal of what love needs to be from human and in the outside world, it just feels like just keeps falling short right now, which is okay. I think we've been talking about, the journey of raising your self-love and living your passion is the journey that's going on. And um a lot of other humans are being like romantic possibilities are being kept out on purpose for you to do that inner transformation, because otherwise you're going to keep drawing those same individuals that you're like, no, falling short. They're not being who I want them, who I'd want to be with. Not so much they're not being who I want them to be. It's like you're not being who I want in my life. So you're not going to be. Right? Let's see here. You got a great shift, 1122. Personal growth, spiritual development. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Then, expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. So, it does give you that hope that it is changing. It will come this way, but just not right now. All right. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. I know. I'm so sorry. All right. So I'm going to quickly take some screenshots. I'm going to be headed off to join my Praying Mantis members here in a moment. But I shall return and I will complete all readings tonight. And I do apologize. Thank you guys for your patience in getting to your readings. And especially the one donation I did not get to. But we will dive deep and we'll make sure we get you the answers for you. So we don't want to just rush and give you a quick answer. I want to make sure we're giving due diligence to your reading here. So we will return here. So and Kita Moore, we will return. Thank you for your donation. But we will return here. Probably about an hour and a half, if not sooner, but depends on what goes on in our praying mantis session. Spirit leads, so sometimes we go into more stuff. But I shall return. Thank you guys again so much for all your love and all your support. And if you want to look at something while you're waiting, we do have a Taurus new moon coming up on Sunday. And so new moon wishes, especially around Taurus energy, which is it's the senses, right? It's Taurus energy ruled by Venus, but it's about money, abundance, worth, and fullness. So check out the video. There's a collective reading there, and we talk about how to make the most of your new moon wishes too. So I shall be back. Until then, remember every second of every day, you are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have fun. Because why are we being so serious? All right. We'll see you guys in a bit.